Original versus definitive, which version is better when completing Grand Theft Aero? In this mission you talk to Donald Love, who's also wearing a very nice suit. He lets you know that the last package you delivered was a decoy and he sends you to retrieve the real one. You travel to the airport in Shoreside Vale, waste the Colombians inside a hangar, enter a place and realize that this is also a decoy. Check the van in front and figure out where to go. Travel to the construction site in Stoughton Island, waste everybody you see on your way to the elevator, hop into it and find the lovely Catalina chatting with a guy. Catalina shoots him, escapes and Asuka shows up, and finally you need to travel to Donald Love's office and drop off the package. We'll compare tasks, execution, speedrun tactics and gameplay. Both games are vanilla, played on PC. My name is BadInfo, so leave a like and subscribe for more comparison videos. Now let's see how Grand Theft Aero compares between both versions. Firstly, how different is the first cutscene? Honestly, there's not much difference apart from what I've mentioned in the previous videos, like Donald's suit, the rocks, railing, water, and of course Donald's facial expressions. So how is the actual mission? Guys, here is something super interesting. Check the subtitles in the original. The Colombian cartel is here with 2 exclamation marks. Well, in the definitive, we just have 1 exclamation mark. Just 1! Literally unplayable! I want my money back! Jokes aside, weird change, and I wonder how many small details like this one I have missed in the previous missions because I never look down here in the subtitles. But just a coincidence, I checked them and we are missing an exclamation mark. Anyway, moving on. The Colombians here have the same weapons and also spawn in the same spawn locations. In the definitive, since it's darker inside, it's harder to find and shoot the guys. In the original they stand out too much and are also easy targets. The plane, however, despite me doing the mission at the same time in both versions, in the definitive the lights on it are always on, no matter what. As a contrast to that, in the original the propeller in front of it will always be on. In the construction site the enemy spawn locations are exactly the same. Luckily we don't have any nerfs this time. The mission is as hard as it always has been and I appreciate that. Once you wipe them all out and take the elevator, again you won't see much of a change. The building looks the same, although it looks like it has a bit more depth in the definitive, which is nice. Catalina looks terrible in the definitive, while she looks scary and intimidating in the original. Miguel has a necklace which is way too bright in the definitive and stands out way too much. It blends in perfectly in the original. Lastly, Asuka now has a black stick as opposed to a white stick. Again, literally unplayable. I'm joking, of course. But yeah, weird color change. The subtitles again are missing some things like the extra question mark after por favor. In the original Miguel says de nada, which is written the same, but in the definitive it's written no es nada for some reason. You guys can tell me which one is correct. But when I hear de nada, I expect to see de nada again. Also, when Miguel is on the ground, look at his animation. He just lies there in pain since he got shot. In the definitive they implemented a brand new animation where he lifts his body upwards. I never expected a change like that, but we have it. While in the original it looks more realistic since he's in pain, he shouldn't be moving much, the definitive one looks better in my opinion. The rest of the mission is the same, but how about the speedrun? In a speedrun there's no reason to drive back since you can just use a plane. However, if you are on PC and you don't have a controller, you're forced to use a car since you cannot fly with a keyboard. An oversight which apparently was, according to the devs, was fixed in a patch, but it's actually not. Lovely. Well, anyway, you can use a plane to land in the construction site and then to fly to Donald's place. This is possible in both versions, again, if you have a controller in the definitive. Which version is better? Both versions are exactly the same, guys, from enemy spawns to mechanics. The mission is very fun to complete in both versions. Do you guys prefer one version over the other? Let me know in the comment section. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and a very special thank you to my top channel members and patrons: Monish Pradeep, Alex Chavez, Max Robinson, Max Rich, LMP Racing, House the Chowder, Case Knight, Smokio and everybody else on the screen. Become a supporter today.